to a Proactive Impulse. My name is Mark Cosgrove. Let's talk about another interesting time management tool, and this is the Eisenhower Matrix. It's been around for a million years, and it's fantastic. It's a great way to conceptualize how should we be organizing the tasks, the way we're spending our time. And it's a 2x2 grid. Each quadrant represents a different way of thinking about the task. Things are either marked as urgent and not urgent, or important or not important. So if we think about it, we should be spending, for most of us, most of our time should be spent on things which are important to us, but not urgent. Important because they're part of our job description. It's, in fact, the reason why we are hired in the first place. And it's not urgent because we knew about it, we planned for it, it's been in the calendar, we're spending time ahead of time making sure that work gets done. So that's the place we want to spend most of our time. Now, there are certain jobs where you're going to spend time in the important and urgent quadrant. You know, IT help desk. Your job is to literally wait until something fails and then go fix it. So you're the exception to the rule, but the majority of us, we should not be spending time on tasks which are important, i.e. we knew about them. We should have planned for them, but somehow they're urgent. We're at the last minute, we're under a time crunch. Because frankly, if we're spending more than about 20% of our day or week in that quadrant, somebody somewhere screwed up. Somebody forgot something, didn't schedule something, didn't assign enough resources to it, something happened somewhere. May not have been you, could have been your client who calls you up at the last minute, but either way, somebody somewhere screwed up. So you start to see the shape of it. We want to spend most of our time on important but not urgent, minimize the amount of time we're spending on stuff that's important and urgent, right? Because that's really where critical failures are going to occur. Now the other two quadrants, well, not important and not urgent, yeah, you want to minimize that. If it's not important to you, in other words, it's not really part of your job, it's not urgent, there's no time pressure, this is a great opportunity for you to delegate it or just really minimize the amount of time you're spending doing things like that. And then the last quadrant, this is a slightly weird one. How can something be urgent, like there's a time pressure, you're under pressure to get this done, but it's not important? See, I classify important as it matters to me in the job that I have. It's something my boss, my colleagues, my company expects me to do. If it's not in that category, if it's not important, it means it should be somebody else's job. So how can it be urgent? Well, it's usually because my boss has come to me and he said, can you help me out with this? Or my client has called me up and said, oops, we forgot to tell you about this. Can you put together a proposal in 3 hours? So in other words, you know, my hair's on fire, we're freaking out, running around, but it's not truly something that's ultimately going to matter to my job. This is a tough one. This is the stuff we really have to be critical about and look at. Who should be doing this? You know, is there a process that was missing that should have been in place to stop this kind of thing from happening? But the Eisenhower Matrix is a very cool way to really just look at the kind of stuff we're doing and figure out, should we be doing it? Should someone else be doing it? And it's a really profoundly simple but effective way to manage our time. My name is Mark Cosgrove, and this has been a Proactive Impulse.